Let's go talk to the Lord Inquisitor. Welcome back. Oh, yeah.
Keep your wits about you.
Let's see if I can get here without getting lost.
I always have a backup
The map
plan.
is not very helpful, I'm not going to lie. Close.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
The Lord Inquisitor is engrossed in the studying star system charts and reports which are amassed at the desks like the ridges of a formidable mountain range. There are shadows beneath his eyes which are ruthlessly dissecting the latest report, and his skin seems stretched taut over the bones of his skull. Without turning his head to you, Kalkazar says wearily, "Greetings, your ladyship. Your timing is impeccable." Long live rogue trader Selena, voice Starborn Williams, rightful successor to the Warren of Trade, blah blah blah. Greetings, Inquisitor. You and I need to talk. Glory to the Emperor's angels of Fenris. Your words will be heeded, my lord. May the Emperor grant you strength and some time to rest, Lord Inquisitor. I would be loath to trouble our master with a prayer for such an indulgence, especially one so utterly inappropriate at this fraught time. Sister, may your path be blessed. It is gratifying to see that the trials endured by the Expanse have failed to extinguish the flame of your fortitude. O Lord Inquisitor, smiting spear of the Imperium with gold of faith cutting through the nebulae of the Cronus Expanse. If I were you, Mr. Sadari, I would endeavor not to draw the Inquisition's attention to my person. A Mercadum Tabulae official can do many things. Reattaching a head to a body is not one of them. You wish to speak to the Lord Inquisitor, Ulfar? Indeed. You petition our aid in fighting Xenos. We spilled much alien blood, but the winds of battle carried me far and I lost contact with my pack. Do you know where I could seek out my brothers, the Baleful Howl? I'm afraid not. According to the information in my possession, they withdrew from the battle raging in the Expanse. You lied. The Baleful Howl never run from battle. Ulfar's reply to the outrageous claim is surprisingly calm. Only the frosty chill of death born out of his voice and carried about us room makes everyone's hair stand on end. Why do you think they diverted their attention? I presume it was to search for Brother Ulfar. It is common knowledge how deeply Space Wolves value the ties of brotherhood, far more deeply than the ties that bind them to other subjects of the Emperor. What do you mean by withdrew? Contrary to my request to continue hunting the Xenos, they embarked on an expedition whose objective is unknown to me. There has been no word of them since. Sounds suspicious. This is not how we wolves conduct ourselves. I can tell you no more. As you well know, your pack preferred not to report their plans and intentions to me. I'll be no match for Ulfar's tongue of ice. The coldness of Kalkazar's voice, too, could freeze an entire world. People disappearing in the vicinity of an Inquisitor is always cause for suspicion. If this is some scheme of yours, Dare I remind you that your presence in the Expanse is not a favor to me, but the promise for payment of a debt? I was not so haughty when I returned your lost brother to Fenris. I did not demand recompense for my faithful servants who died saving him. I kept secret those details that could have damaged your honor. Why, then, does your gratitude taste so poisonous? The mention of Ulfar's lost brother makes him grind his teeth in anger before he falls, suddenly silent. Is there any way you can help find them? No, but I believe I know someone who is better informed. I will name that person as soon as we finally start discussing the matter that prompted me to summon your ladyship. I escaped from Kamarag, where I was held captive by the Xenos. You escaped from the Dark City? A feat that few have accomplished. Truly, I congratulate you on an exceptional performance. Now, when you would mar your triumph by telling you that the Inquisition will, of course, be watching you very closely henceforth, I sincerely hope that your grand escape is not part of the Xenos' devious machinations. Yet I am surprised that this Xenos is still alive. What is it? Your ladyship's sentimentality? Revenge? Cold calculation? If you do not finish her off yourself, send word when you have tired of her. My acolytes will only be too eager to learn her secrets. I have looked into the eyes of death, and of creatures far more dangerous than you, Monkey. Do not try to frighten me. What was the dispute between you and Caligos Winterscale about? His lordship deemed it more important to show off his stubbornness than to safeguard the interests of the Expanse. Stupidity of the most burdensome kind, but my source informed me that he nevertheless has joined my efforts against the Xenos. So I decided to stay any sanctions for a time. Well, Caligos Winterscale is dead. Earlier than I planned, but that is all to the good. On behalf of the Inquisition, I hereby inform you that your action will not be considered an attack on the privileges of a rogue trader. Are you aware of the changes that Cindy has wrought on football? Naturally. Her ladyship has done me invaluable service by taking on the task of instilling order on the station. Though her style of leadership seems unnecessarily brutal to me, on the whole her actions have not exceeded the bounds I set. If you think she is unnecessarily brutal, why have you not intervened? Firstly, I entrusted the task to her ladyship, and she is executing it competently. And secondly, State of Voidstar, are you unaware that I am striving to do here? At present, I am striving to prevent deaths of billions. And you ask me why I'm choosing not to save hundreds. It's okay, I put an end to her dictatorship. As I understand, this was a private conversation between two rogue traders, yes? As such, I hope your house will reach a reconciliation with her ladyship's heir. You have not hindered my plans. Lady Incendia purged footfall sufficiently, and that I was not distracted by the need to pacify it. So what is the current situation in the Expanse? The cult of the Final Dawn and Drukhari raiders are vying with each other to see who can cause the greatest turmoil. I have mobilized all the force I can to repel the attacks, which is why we are still alive. Combined militia brigades are hunting the Xenos and guarding convoys. Expeditionary platoons under my command are crushing heretic rebellions. The situation is unstable, but I will not pretend that I was prepared for this crisis. However, we have not lost our footing yet. What has prompted the Drukhari to act so brazenly? Prisoner interrogation indicate that a relatively major political upheaval has taken place in Kamarag. The Cabal, the Raving Tempest, has lost its grip on authority and become a target for rivals. Many vassal members of the Cabal decided that fleeing to real space was preferable to waiting in Kamarag to be killed. Well, you're welcome. And why has the cult of the Final Dawn become more active? The warp is raging. This baleful sign always portends change, and crises beget desperation. The most fertile ground for heresy, I believe the Archenemy's servants think their time has come. Or perhaps this day is marked in the profane scripture as the date of the end of existence. I will not trouble myself with further attempts to make sense of this blasphemous doctrine. They are bent on destroying us all, so they must be destroyed. What makes you think you're capable of commanding the whole sector? Did you see a better candidate for the job? It may no longer be in the first flush of youth, but believe me when I say that there are many things I would rather be doing than playing constable to the Chronos Expanse. But alas, every ruler in our sector chooses to combine their concern to the well-being of their own holdings, whereas I alone must take care of all. You have mobilized all forces, but not House Valencius. Are you not standing before me now? While your status remained unclear, I prefer not to requisition the resources of Von Valencia's protectorate. Your people dealt with Eurlon the Cruel's agents and the Xenos raids, and that was enough for me. But now it is time to add your might and talents to the scales. But you must have an ingenious plan to save the Expanse. If such a plan were to exist, information about it would be of the utmost secrecy. I suggest you focus on the current strategy of putting out each fire as you encounter it. I understand. I see no need to get bogged down in details. To apprise you of all the information I currently possess would require more time than we have. Alright, so what help do you want from me? Brochure, please? The Inquisitor nods imperiously at the servant, who draws some kind of remote control from his pocket. All sounds whose sources are more than 3 meters away fade to nothing. To my chagrin, the ability to be in 2 places at once does not number among my talents. That is why I wish for you to serve in my stead. I place such trust in very few people, you understand. You'll feel what it is to walk in my shoes and attempt to compel a gaggle of quarrelsome blockheads to work together. You will reconquer Euphrates II for me. Brush or another recap. This one has gone cold. You will reconquer Euphrates II for me. The esteemed Lord Inquisitor has done all away with all pretenses and politeness now. His orders no longer come with even the veneer of a request. Is he your valet or another Inquisition assassin? Why can't both be true? Brochure has been a member of my retinue for 50 Terran years, and the person in my entourage who comes closest to being my confidant. We have a cause to be involved in many incidents whose reports have since been marked with the seal of silence. So to what do I owe such an honor? To whom else could I entrust this mission? No need to feign ignorance, Bungalensis. We both know the shortcomings of the other candidates for this position. At present in the Expanse, there are 2 people with perspective and steady hand required to control the situation. They are both standing in this room. So, if you will dispense with the humble Rogue Trader Act and win this war for me, can you tell me more about Euphrates II? The sacred world of the Adeptus Mechanicus, off limits to lay people. I am one of the few people who do not worship the Omnicide to have set foot on its surface, or rather I was. Now it is crawling with unbelievers. The despicable word bearers attacked and captured Euphrates II, and the cult of the Final Dawn brought an entire horde of heretics to the planet. I sent my troops to aid the exploration forces laying siege to the world, but a rift occurred among my commanders. They needed an authoritative general, and you were a perfect role. My confidence is not misplaced, I trust. What matter first brought you to Euphrates II, out of interest? An utterly transparent attempt to learn secret intelligence. I offer to make you my general, and you try to pump information? Poorly done. The word bearers went in themselves? They didn't just send in their puppets? Clearly the stakes for them are high. Eurolon the Cruel has stirred his profane self to make a personal appearance on Euphrates II. Conrad Voigtbeer, incidentally, is also there. I hear you 2 have unfinished business. Him I will generously leave to you. When you are finished with him, you may simply dispose of his mortal manes. No need to send them to the Inquisition for inquest. Consider it my gift. And what force do they want with Euphrates II? The reasons behind their machination would be pure speculation at this point. Bring me prisoners to interrogate, and perhaps we will gain much-needed insight. And what forces do we have in place, and what is this rift that occurred between the commanders? Exploratory Fleet Divine Cognizance 78-21 recalled its most combat-ready units to retake the world. They were supported by my most powerful strike fleet and a group of deadlier allies. I dispatched a pack of space wolves to hunt down the transgressors. Unfortunately, these have failed to find a common language. The esteemed Thorvald is at odds with the conclave of the Mechanicus' battle congregation, and the Omnissiah servants find Thorvald's strident nature off-putting. Neither group is fond of militant Sibilek, who commands my forces. We're not fond, to be precise. The esteemed militant perished along with his ship a week ago when his noble allies failed to support his offensive. I recommend that you 2 go to Euphrates II, my lord. Perhaps your pack was less reticent with the esteemed Thorvald than with me, and told him where they decided to direct their efforts. It is a fine suggestion, which I accept gratefully, Inquisitor. The expression of respect on Ulthar's face does a poor job of hiding his antipathy. And how did you manage to enlist the aid of the Angels of the Emperor? I must remind you that I am still Lord Inquisitor of the Coronis Expanse, and merely some, what do you always say, Furcher, some grox-bothering prick. If certain rogue traders at times allow themselves to speak to me in an overly willful manner, that should not give you cause to doubt my authority. The situation is clear. You will be given details when you arrive in orbit around Euphrates II. I will smash the heretics. I never doubted you, your ladyship. The Emperor protects. This document attests to the extraordinary powers that you now have at your disposal. I am counting on your success, Selena Boy Star. Alright, let's go. Euphrates II.
Always keep your eye on the prize. Let us not dawdle.
What's that? Alright, just gonna wait for a little bit. Sell a bunch of shit. Alright, where's Jack?
Shireen, O glorious son of dozens of worlds and billions of subjects, have you come to converse with Jai Hidari about the sweetness of her soul? Or do you wish to speak to a trade representative of the Imperium? Well, does the guise of one of the most powerful people in the Expanse suit me?
You are beautiful no matter the guise, Jai.
It is hard to argue against words as wise as they are sweet, Shireen. Except sometimes guise is mailed with the skin of their unfortunate owners, and the only way to take them off is to tear skin from flesh. That is not something I want. Not anymore.
And how is your gang faring, Jai?
Like you need to ask Shireen. These Ashmags and Kashaz are tenacious. They lick their wounds faster than the Aji themselves. Tora finally got an implant for her jaw. Now she can speak properly instead of braying like a toothless donkey. She's been recruiting strapping guys and gals too, because Falco culled our ranks. May the Aji savage the soul of that interstellar piranha.
And you said you wanted to reflect on what has happened?
Oh, yes, Shireen. And here is what I think. Since the day we first met, I have been tossed about like a boat in a storm. Battered, dashed against the rocks, lashed by the waves. And then I was flung onto the shore, and a fabulous gift washed up beside me. A precious pearl of the deep. The Mercatum Tabula Officiale. And you know what? I enjoyed it. Yes, I was slammed face first into the rocks, and was up to my neck in water. But I finally had a taste of freedom. Just a smidge. Just a little bit. But it was enough to make me dream of it every night. Void, crack and take the Kasbalika and the cold trade. As for our mutual business, Sherry, I will remain your loyal partner if you desire. An equal partner.
This choice is yours to make, Jai. All I can do is support it.
Then it is decided. Starting today, I will sail toward the future I choose. What a thrill it would be to ride the waves wherever they want to take me.
See you later.
Oh, I have no doubt you will.
Where is my elevator? Well, empty everything else out of my inventory that I don't want. Oh, jeez. Some of the trophies you get added in later on are very cool. Right. Mm. Alright, let's go. I think I blew my romance option, but that's alright. Let's get to Euphrates II. It could take us a while to get to. Now we're getting the danger stuff. The clans servicing the clothing systems have reported an incident of sorcery. The shadows in the cabins and quarters are coming to light. The boys say they see strange, writhing things lurk in the nooks and crannies at the edge of their vision. They look away, the things spread over the room, gnawing on everything in their path, attacking the weak and infirm. Strange creatures cannot be caught. It is almost as if they sense they are being watched and sink into the many cracks between the machines and bulkheads. Purify the decks with fire. Your controlled scorching the decks is a labor-intensive but very familiar process for the voicemen serving under the ship's furnace master. The evacuated system chambers were set on fire, burning away all filth and heresy from the darkest corners. The shadow skulkers vanished without a trace, and the denizens of the cooling system breathed a sigh of relief. Stay on target. During the warp voyage, the navigation chambers report there are warp reefs right on the ship's course. Fragments of the Sea of Souls give material form. The navigator may either steer the ship past the dangerous region or risk approaching the ragged formation to gain valuable insight. Steer the vessel past the warp reef. The voyaging follows route charted by the navigator and successfully passes the troublesome region. Alright. This will be nasty. Enemies of humanity board the void ship. At the head of the assault is an accursed traitor, Chaos Space Marine, followed by enraged demons. Spotted them infiltrated the ship via the storage bay. They cannot be allowed to reach any populated decks, or else the death toll will be exorbitant. Let's take them out. Just in case.
State your intention.
Save your jests about fur, fleas, and marked territory. I heard enough of them back on Fenris.
Speak, Elantark. I deal death with my hands.
I seethe with Skidja, my Karamite eye destroy! Your offerings will adorn my blade.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. This tedium is beneath me. I hear you moving, no more.
Guided by faith. As the Emperor commands, I am. It's why I was chosen. I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Indeed.
I took care of this one. You bite like a palm. Our foes reek of cowardice. Wolves reign! The old fathers were the instrument! Die in disgrace!
Don't let your guard down.
So what you can have here is going to be Space Marine. Alright.
I always keep my...
Am I doing these guys? I can't remember. Okay. Let's go see how this goes. Lord Captain, the United Corps of Explorators and the militia forces is ready to attack the heretics who took over Euphrates II. The commanders recognize Lord Inquisitor's sanction and agree to cede the right of supreme command to you. They ask that you summon a council of war in order to establish the plan of attack. How should we respond? Send them to the bridge. We will hold council. Consider it done, your ladyship. I will notify the commanders that you are ready to meet with them. The leader of the Explorator warriors appears on the bridge, and the bulkhead trembles beneath his metal gate. He has acquired a new set of fearsome armor since the last two of you met, and his mechanodrives are now fitted with more formidable weapons of destruction. Unit Opticon 22 initiating identification official greeting, unlocking the option of strategic data exchange. The Emperor's Angel who follows in his wake is clad in armor, the color of a tempestuous ocean. You hear his voice sturdy, brimming with untamed boldness and strength. Which one of you Huskarls is slain of Voidsar Renvensis? I am Thornbald Ironheart, and I wish to see the mortal who was granted the honor of leading my pack into battle. Thorvald Ironheart, you face Selena Voidstar von Valencius. I know the habits of warrior when I see one. You are no indolent Yajoka. Good, I give my approval. We will hunt the sorry heretics together. You haven't changed, Brother Thorvald. Uppity and brazen without measure, and you carry yourself on another's Drakkar like it is your own. The wolf bursts into booming laughter and bares his long fangs. Such is the breed of leaders, Ulfar. We stand out. 'Tis you, Everlost, who can't find his way when the sun is right over your head. Another explosion of Thorvald's boisterous laughter drowns out Ulfar's stifled yet curious stream of curses. Opticon 22, how did you go from overseeing logistics to commanding armies? This command promotion hierarchy status update was executed following the death, decommissioning, and deconstruction of the ship Teeth of the Wrathgear. The fleet's war conclave was operating aboard this vessel. Unit Opticon 22 received premature rank promotion modernization to Magos Dominus based on his extensive catalog of recorded combat engagements. May your service benefit from the updated protocols that were bestowed upon you and the new analytical data that was entrusted to your elucidation. May the Omniscient Guide operate this unit in his cause mission algorithm of service to him. Let us commence this war council. Hold up. Sorry about that. What good is another war council with the cog priest who knows not the joys of battle, who cut off his parts and replace them with augments to please his all-knowing master? He will propose again a cowardly plan unworthy of warriors as his custom of his brethren. Registering a show of impertinence instead in sufficiency in regard to the military craft eradication methods of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Are you having another fight, gentlemen? How predictable. A woman in power armor walks out onto the bridge with an air of superiority around her. You remember seeing her before in the retinue of Xavier Calcazar when he barged into your chambers after your Magna Accessio. Thank you for not starting without me. Acolyte Ashara, dispatched by the Lord Inquisitor to facilitate the operation on Euphrates II. My privileges on this war council are those of an advisor. I need a complete report on the situation at the front. Euphrates II is a forge world. Manufactorums and extractiums take up most of its service. Upon corrupting them, disrupting the production algorithm, the heretics enhance their ranks and with possessed mechanisms and false, deceptive, traitorous Skitari, whose protocols were disfigured with indoctrinating scrap code. Our forces have secured minor footholds on the surface, but are unable to deliver an effective blow to the headquarters operations center of the profaners in the Machine Cathedral at the heart of Manufactorum Sigma S13. According to the available data, it is the current location of the Arch Heretic termination target, the Dark Apostle, Eurlan the Cruel. We may outnumber the enemy, but ours is a poor warband. All it has is the steel carrels of the Omnissiah and scantily trained serfs from across the Expanse. While our foe is the detestable but nevertheless deadly putrid-hearted traitors from the ranks of the Word-Bearers, and their vessels protect the Machine Cathedral from orbit. And why have you still not commenced planetary assaults? There is a conflict, critical error, categorical lack of understanding of the imperatives of this operation within our chain of command. Unit Thorbold Ironhide is in favor of the strategy of mass destruction, which would constitute an unacceptable violation of the right of operation. Every square meter of the manufactorums is sacred of high productivity value. Which is why the Cog Priest is so intent on hindering and sabotaging our assaults, by refusing us forces and landing your cars. But Thorbold Ironhide won't fight on the terms of priests. It's my battle plan is rejected. The Omnissiah servants can retake the planet themselves. Maybe they think their lives mean nothing compared to their precious cathedrals, but a wolf knows what his life is worth. I must say my curiosity is piqued. The explorators are hiding something on that planet, something you refuse to show anyone and are now loath to destroy. What is it? Request denied. The Omnissiah's mysteries procedures constructed on Euphrates II are to remain undisclosed according to the protocol vow of the preservation of the hallowed from the profane. This is why on Fenris we have the priests follow the warriors, not the other way around. Priests never think about the battle ahead, only their tenets and taboos. But a wolf must think only of battle and his enemy's death, not about preserving cathedrals or counting the trophies that await him. Opticon 22, what do you propose our plan should be? Our strategic analysis points towards a full-scale offensive as the optimal course of action. Losses among the troops' insignificant personnel laity will be numerous, but will not exceed acceptable parameters. Replenishing such losses will be less arduous than restoring the damage that may otherwise have come to the manufactorums. And Thorbold, what would you do if you were in command of this operation? I would rain down vengeful skies upon the enemy. I would plow the land of Euphrates II with shells, shatter the defenses, level the fortified towers, throw their host into disarray. In that whirlwind of fury, I would lead my glorious pack to pave a path of blood for the cog carols. I have heard your opinion on this. Choose your strategy wisely. It's not every day you get to heed the advice of a seasoned warrior, one chosen by the All-Father himself to bring death to those of humanity. Nashara, why are you here? Lord Inquisitor entrusted me with the task of forging an alliance between the assembled fleet and the forces of the Cognizance fleet. Once this task is completed, I am to act as an observer and a special operative. And what are your responsibilities as a special operative? I'm afraid the Lord Inquisitor did not give me authority to elaborate on this matter. There is no surprise in my heart. The Inquisition is, as always, too ashamed of its own dark deeds to reveal them to honorable fighters. There will be no spitting aboard my ship. Do I make myself clear, esteemed Thorbold? What's this? A show of character? Fine, I will respect your wishes, Warlord. But the bitter taste of my suspicion burns my mouth. With pointed contempt, he steps away from Ashara. And why did Calcazar choose you? I happen to have some experience with large-scale bloodshed, rogue trader. That, and I never failed to deliver results. And what troops can you spare to reinforce our army? The military forces have already been transferred to Opticon 22. All I have left under my command is a tactical unit explicitly instructed to carry out the Lord Inquisitor's special assignments. I see. It's about time we moved on to discussing how we intend to kill the heretics. You two do not get along too well, do you? You read hearts like they're inscribed with runes, Selena Voidstar. It's true my brothers and I grow tired of this coward greasing his naysay. For whatever reason, he thinks himself our lord. I concur with this statement. Given that the military actions, sacred purgative, crusade, eradicating procedure takes place on a world devoted to the machine god, Unit Opticon 22 insists on his privileged status in the matter of strategy selection. Heresy runs rampant on Euphrates II, and you two would rather waste your time, strength on bickering, then you are nothing but fools. I wish to remind you that the Lord Inquisitor entrusted me with overseeing this war. You will show respect for my status. Thorvald's face turns purple, but he cannot come up with a retort. Opticon 22 lowers his head repentantly and lets out a binaural trill. Neither of them can find the words to rebuff your point of the accusation. I shall now present you the plan for assault on Euphrates II. The first step is obvious. We eliminate the Machine Cathedral's orbital support. What planetary assault strategy will you choose following the destruction of the enemy's void fleet? We will begin by bombarding the enemy's position, then advance cautiously. We must conserve our troops. Your plan bores me. This is not the Space Wolves' way of war, but such cowardly strategies are the limit of the Omniscience Coward Carol, so you have my approval. My pack will do all that is asked of it and stand at the vanguard of the assault. So we meet on the field of battle, Selena Voidstar, and I say the same to you, old Far Everlost. 'Tis a pity your pack will not share in this glorious victory with us. That boastful Grishoff talks too much about my pack. He knows where my brothers are. I can smell it. Before we dive into the carnage, summon him to your ship and let me question him. Wish to hear what he knows, while he still hasn't lost his blethering tongue to the heretics. Strategy confirmed is optimal. Updating the Skitarii tactical programs. Transmitting this unit's general blessing authorization for offensive action. Lord Inquisitor will be delighted at the news that some semblance of order was established in the command. I wish you luck, rogue trader. Alright, so how do I summon... Way down that way. Go this way. The map is useless. Everybody up.
Broke free the bold from captors grasping. Dark cities, feeble dungeons, eternally disgracing. Flows now this saga in the hall of glorious feasting, where all extol the wolf mighty and the yet fatter cunning. I hope you're not going to put off the feast. Our escape demands a grand celebration.
Why do you call me the Eighth Vater?
This is the name given on Fenris to a pack father, a commander or captain. An Ed Vater answers to a Jarl, the commander of a great company. Since you are the one who commands your crew, and I follow you at present, I am granting you the honored title of Ed Vater. You, of course, are a maiden, not a father. But we have no word meeting maiden commander in our tongue, as all space wolves are men.
Thank you for this honor.
Be worthy of it, and see that you do not disgrace this glorious rank.
And why do you wish to meet with Thorvald?
If anyone knows where my pack brothers are now, he does. But it is not right to speak of such things within others' hearing. That is why I thought it better to keep silent at the War Council.
Inform Thorvald that he is invited to board the ship.
I thank you, Edfater.
Thorvald Ironhide is here. Why have you summoned me, rogue traitor? Speak to me. Know you, Thorvald, whither the path of battle has led my pack, the baleful howl. You haven't lost your pack, have you? Ever lost? The young wolf's voice is strong and insolent, richly melodic. He tilts his head in mocking concern. Watching Ulfar's complexion change to match the violent shade of his hair. Why do you call Ulfar Everlost? You do not know? I'm not surprised. Well, Ulfar does not care for the moniker. He has had it since his early years in the chapter. When Ulfar underwent the trial of the culpable Wolfen, he took so much longer than the others that the rune priest gave up on him for lost. Later, he received grievous wounds and raids that sent him to stasis sleep for a long time. Anytime we would pay a visit to the baleful hall, we would ask, where is Brother Ulfar? And he was always resting, and recently he went missing altogether, lost after an attack on Xenos. And forget not to tell of the dire curse that of yore was laid upon the mighty Ulfar. No good death for him is fated, only to one day be lost, bereft of glory and honor. Any who cross his path, let him regale and gladly that proud warrior Hildebrand Blatherskite, singer of rumors, fine tattler of tall tales, for he has glimpsed no worthy deeds in his short life. We don't have a chance to talk properly at the council. I wanted to meet you. Ha! Of course you do. Who would miss the chance to strike up a friendship with the illustrious leader of the equally illustrious Stormbiters? Go on, Hildebrand. Recite the saga of my exploits. Make sure to include the landing in the void Kraken's mouth. This is Halbrand the Brave, the most sonorous voice in our pack. Thorvald nods at the tall wolf, who seems to radiate the proud vigor of a warrior. I think you meant to say Halbert the Braggart, no? For his verses often weave together truth with his own flights of fancy. Thank you for the correction, Everlost. I reckon we can do without the saga. Are all wolves so hostile toward one another, or is it something personal between the two of you? It is only friendship nipping. If there was hatred between us, the walls of this glorious hall would have long since been painted with blood. Such is a warrior's nature, a wolf's nature. When we meet with strength, we test our teeth on it. But there is a personal side to it as well. The Stormbiters have always tried to best the baleful howl in the glory of their exploits, tried and failed, for my pack was and remains superior. So do you know where Ulfar's pack is now? Feasting with the Allfather in the Hall of Heroes, I reckon, with Miad filling their horns on the brim, and valor and loyalty did fill their hearts. Lies, did you see their bodies? Which of the brothers will avow the truth of these words? Ironhide never lies, and you, Everlost, watch your tongue unless you want my dagger to deliver a penance of eternal silence upon you. No, we did not see their bodies, but we heard their ranting and raving, which can only lead to the jaws of Murkai. I would like to know the details. In the battle in which you, Everlost, Arnulf, and Scialdi were captured by the Xenos, the baleful howl took prisoners of their own. Under torture, the captive Xenos gave up the star coordinates of where to go next. Some important meeting, it seems. There was a place... It seems. The place was far away, deep in the uncharted regions where the servants of the Allfather have never ventured. Your brothers decided to go there. No navigator would dare lead them to those dark places, so your brothers seized a trading boat and voyaged there without a helmsman. So you abandoned them to their grueling march? Lower your hackles. Ayers did not throw away their lives in vain. Nothing but death could await them among the malevolent stars. We all came here to serve the Allfather and repay our blood debt, not to die for naught. Or have you forgotten that, Everlost? Ulfar, what will you do with this knowledge? I will not test our friendship, Inquisitor. I know that if I call upon you to go with me in search of my pack, I will be taking you for some important battles and from the savings of your home. So I will go alone to seek my brothers, but I will not abandon you in your hour of need. I owe you. You have defeated your enemies. I will leave you and follow the trail. That trail is bloody and has long since gone cold, Brother Ulfar. There is no need to add another body to his tally. As the leader of the Stormbiters, I call you to our pack. Be a brother to us now. Have you lost your mind, Thorvald? Perhaps it is you who's lost his mind if you are daring to speak insolently to Ironhide? Thorvald, your associate too often speaks when no one has addressed him. When it concerns wolf matters, Halbert speaks when he wishes. Do not forget that we are chosen warriors of the Allfather, the Rogue Trader. Treat us like servants at your peril. Stop there, Thorvald. This mortal rescued me from captivity and proved her valor. I will not stand here and allow her to be disrespected. So you hold this mortal above your brothers? Being without a pack has turned you feral and stupid, ever lost. Ulfar is right. He is loyal to his brothers. Set up wolf business, Rogue Trader. I will not reveal the coordinates of the place to which your brother traveled. Respect your alpha, Ulfar. That is an order. You are to call yourself my leader, Thorvald. Go and bark commands at your pups. Who are you calling a pup, Everlost? Unlike your pathetic pack, we will soon go into battle and accomplish great deeds. But you, coward that you are, want to shirk your duty. Duel! Quiet, both of you. Have you forgotten where we are? Hallman can only take place on solid ground, not on a boat. The voice and the warp are treacherous and unfit to host a duel of the world. And secondly, I am your superior, Ulfar, so I'm not asking but ordering you to back up your chest beating with deeds. If the baleful Howl Pack is alive, as you say, let it march with the Stormbiters and the assault on Euphrates II. Let it display the valor of all stories tell of it. Will you stand alone for all your brothers, or have you gone soft? We'll see about that. I will prove that the Stormbiters will never be a match for the baleful Howl. Victor, I must be at your side when you depart for the assault. Promise that you will grant me this honor. I promise, Ulfar. We will march into battle together. If you prove that your words carry more weight than a battle axe, I will carry you where your brother. I will tell you where your brothers went. If you fail, you will submit. So that's where we're going to stop for today. When we come back, we will pick up where we left off. Looks like a space battle. Probably some other shenanigans going on. And from there, we will... Maybe this will finish Act 4. I don't know. This feels like it's... I'm enjoying it, but it feels like it's been unnaturally stretched out. I also think that it doesn't help that all the loading screens have kind of added unnatural time to the game. So you don't see those because I cut a lot of those out. But yeah, thanks for watching. Take care. Love you guys. Hope to see you again soon. You know what to do if you like what you see. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. It means a lot. Helps channel growing. Until next time. Talk to you later. Did somebody pull this carpet plaid? That's bothering me. Why is it all red?